Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back even though that I haven't been uploading very frequently. Part of the reason why I don't upload as frequent is because, well, one, I'm lazy. Two, there's just nothing that I really have that interests me that I want to talk about. Well, up until now really, it was hard to think about stuff. But I think something that I really enjoy talking about is just the concept of skill development and just leveling up in terms of how to actually do it realistically. Yeah, up until now, there have been a couple of things I've been putting this whole learning how to learn thing into, which is first of all, it's Japanese and fighting games. Mostly those two things. So when I was learning these two things, there were a lot of things that I learned along the way that kind of helped me get to where I am. I'm not the best, but I feel like I have gotten pretty far to be confident enough to at least help people who are below my level to, improve themselves as well. Why did I pause like that? Anyways, enough ad lib. Yeah. So what I want to do now is, with these upcoming videos, I want to do a series where I give you some tips that I've picked up along the way, and I'll use mostly fighting games as my analogy because that is the main thing that I was using these tips for. Sometimes some Japanese, if you're a language learner, really these tips can help you with anything, any skill, but yeah, to help visualize, I will use fighting games because this is a fighting game channel? It's a channel that does fighting games. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, first tip, use role models. Using role models is great because it forms a kind of connection between you and the skill, because you're seeing someone else do the skill that you want to learn. By having this role model relationship, you can kind of visualize yourself trying to become that person. The key with this tip is not to completely look at everything they do and dissect everything they do. It's more of like a motivational tool, really. You want to watch them and be wowed by them and be like, hey, what this person can do, maybe I can do if I worked hard enough, And there's a lot of psychology, there's a lot of research saying when someone feels a connection with a certain person, they are more confident, or they feel like they're able to do what they can do. And this is key. Whether you can do it or not doesn't really matter. The point is you want to build that confidence that you can do it, rather than I can't do this because it's impossible, or this thing is impossible. Seeing someone do the thing that you want to do is, one, really helps you confirm that, hey, this can be done. Two, if I work hard enough, if I do what this person does, yes, maybe one day I can get it done. Alright, the second tip is to steal without discovering for yourself. So there's a lot of people who are out there saying that you should always try to discover your own things, or use your instinct, because a lot of great players, or a lot of great people with their skills, are very good at discovering for themselves because they are talented, whatever. I think that's possible, but it's also hit or miss. You can improve like that, but at the same time you can get absolutely nowhere with this idea. We want to be consistent with our practice, and I feel like if you want to improve, you want to be able to take information and use it well, effectively, basically. It's that skill of taking information and using it, and a lot of good information comes from higher level players or people who are higher than you. If you're learning a skill, it's very important to take what the best can do, and then eventually you'll make that your own, and then so on and so on. But yeah, the key is we want to improve as fast as we can. So going back to fighting games, right? So if you want to improve in fighting games, what you can do is watch two high-level players do something, and then when you see something being done that's like, wow, like leaves an impression on you, and or it's something that, hey, that's really hard, or that's really cool, or it doesn't really matter, that looks really strong, take it, like try to copy it, try to recreate it. This is actually a tip from Nemo that he actually told on episode of, what was it called? the fighting game cafe show, Homage.
その中で、何か一つこの技すごかったなとか、この連携やってみたいなっていうのを自分の頭の中でイメージできると、それをトレモすれば、それだけで上達できますよね。
The point is, don't practice blindly. Learn from high-level players. Alright, final tip for this video is take the time to engrave the skill into your head. So when it comes to the nitty-gritty, when you want to learn a new skill or something that you haven't done before, a good way to do that is to first look at the skill being performed, look at it, like watch it, and just watch it. Just keep looking at it, repeat it over and over until it's really into your brain. Like before you even try doing it, right? You want to be able to understand it completely. So the key is, like, you want your brain to be familiar with this like new concept that you're trying to bring in. For example, if you're trying to learn a new combo, just watch the combo until you keep watching it, watch the timing, watch the buttons being pressed if you can, basically all that kind of thing. So yeah, when it comes to physical skills like combos and techniques, you want to be able to watch closely with the rhythm, the pace, the tempo, like timing, all that. Okay, so what can help is, as you're watching this skill being performed, pretend it's you doing the action. So this tip is kind of similar to what Tokido was talking about when he was explaining this kind of his way of improving or getting good at fighting games, which was pretending to be other pro level gamers when he plays. For example, when he wants to be really good at strategy, he'll pretend to be Daigo, or when he wants to pretend to be like, when he wants to practice a combo, he'll pretend that like Sako, he'll be Sako, and so on and so on.
多分自分が一番優れてるところっていうのは、自分が一番だぞって絞っているところって俺実はないんで、いろんな人のいろんな要素を結構借りて勝手に憑依させてるんですよ。
So this is kind of the similar concept. You want to be able to watch someone and like feel as you're the person doing it over and over and over again. And the key is doing one single action over and over when it comes to, the physical skill. When it comes to mental skill, and what I mean by mental is like decision making, right? So in fighting games, you're gonna have to make decisions on why you did this rather than this, right? Rather than the actual action itself, right? So when you do a combo because you hit someone, right? And you want to maximize it, lead it to Oki, yada yada yada. But sometimes when you're in the neutral, you have to decide to like do this over that, yeah. So that's also a skill in decision making. So when it comes to learning a skill like that, you want to watch like a high level player, what they did, and kind of think about why they did it. What was the scenario? What were the health bars? What was the time? You know, what were the resources, etc., etc. Where was their position? And yes, what was the timing that they did that? That can also help you when you play in a fighting game and you're in the exact same position. You're kind of like not lost at what to do. You'll be like, instinctively, you'll be like, hey, I know what to do in this scenario, and just do it. So yeah, that was a little bit harder, but yeah, one step at a time, right? Okay, so that is all the tips I have today. So if I'm gonna keep this frequent, I'm trying to upload at least once a week if I can. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you like I have a Twitch where I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Japanese time. I play fighting games. Sometimes I play Final Fantasy. Very recently though. But yeah, if you enjoy stuff like that, or if you guys want to talk about, improving in fighting games, or if you guys want to talk about whatever, feel free to hang out with me there. Links in the description. Also, don't forget to subscribe because, if I still upload infrequently, it would really help. Yeah. Anyways, catch you in the next one. See ya. Peace.